To be done, and these guys have been working their butts off. So anyhow, we got people in the bar area. I don't know if they can hear us or not.
That's all right.
Roger's in a hurry to get out of here, so you want to talk to Roger, talk to him ASAP. So anyhow, we're going to go forth on this. I am Jean Queer in Freeburg. I'm a precinct committeeman outside of Millstadt, but yes, this is my fourth one we're working on to get everybody to meet and greet and see our candidates. So anyhow, first one that I'm going to bring up is Mr. Bob Romanek.
Can I get a mic? First, I want to thank everybody for being here, and as always, if you listen to my show, I would like for us to take a moment of silence to remember our loved ones and our brave military heroes that give me and you and everybody else the right to live free, no matter what those, we've got some young kids, no matter what they say in Belleville. This is a free country. Let's keep it free. If we have a moment of silence, please.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for your patience and your decency. I want to first acknowledge the mayor of Freeburg, my friend. He's got the guts to say he's my friend, Mr. Seth Spicer. And I know the township, I just met the township supervisor, and I forgot his name. Of course, I forget where I live half the time. The township supervisor and any other elected officials, any dignitary, we want to thank you for coming out and taking the time. I'm not going to take much of your time, people. We've got some candidates, and this is just a meet and greet where we can sit and talk with each other. But I have to be honest, you guys are pretty forgiving, I guess. After everything I've read on me, I had a metal detector and a security guard out there. What the hell is wrong with you guys? And if I get one more bad piece on me, I don't think I'm going to vote for me, but that's okay. But all they can do is talk about Bob Romanek and a bad judgment I made 20 years ago. And they have nothing to say about themselves. But I want to apologize in front of all you people. And I may not be worthy of your vote and support, and I understand that. But we've got Roger Cook, Dallas Cook, Ed Cockrell, Carl Officer, Gary Cornwell. These guys are all honorable people. And I would hope that you'll consider giving them your support, even if I'm not worthy of it. And again, I understand. But, oh, I'm sorry, Judge, we need your case in. I'm sorry. This is going to be a tight election. Madigan has sent $850,000 down to beat me. Poor white trash from the housing project. What does that tell you? They're afraid. They're afraid. And I promise you, good people in Freeburg, if I'm elected, you'll have a state representative that represents you, not the Democrats, and I know there's probably a lot of Republicans in Freeburg. One thing I'm not is a liar. I'm not going to represent the Republicans. I'm going to represent the people. That's you people. I don't give a damn less about the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. I give a damn about the people that are going to send me to Springfield. So I just want to tell you, any support you can give us, they're running hard. They're running scared. You know they don't like us, but we've had nothing but positive response in Freeburg. If I'm elected, I will not have an office. I told Mayor Spicer I will have a representative from Freeburg, from Millstadt, from Mascoutah. I'm going to split the money up. If there's a problem, you're not going to have to come to my office. I'm coming to your city hall, and we're going to address the problem. And we're going to kick Rowner, we're going to kick Madigan, we're going to kick everybody in the ass until the 114th Legislative District get what we deserve. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Bob. I also want to let everybody know I have signs up here. It's Bob Romanek. So anybody want to put any in their yard? Please come up here and help yourself. Roger Cook. Great man. Let's vote. Get him in. Tell your friends and family.
For those of you that don't know, I'm Roger Cook. I'm running for County Board Chairman. And if I can speak in regards to Bob Romanek, it was a few years ago when I was running for treasurer, and Bob Romanek was saying a few things on the radio about me and my wife from St. Labori. Like many of you men, women, you stand up and fight for your character and your family name. Dave Bertelman, my good friend who's been out every day with me for the past many months, I said, Dave, pull up to the courthouse. He's got a live remote there. I'm going to go talk to him. And Bob and I didn't know each other. I got out of the truck, walked up there, tapped Bob on the shoulder. He spun around, and we had a conversation man to man. And the next thing he said, you got me. And he said, why don't you come up to the radio station? That's how Bob Romanek and I met. And we built the Freedom Coalition with Carl Officer. And for the past 2 years, the sacrifices that Carl, I, every candidate in here, and Bob have made is for one simple thing, to bring honest, open government back to we the people. Hey, Bob, I'm just talking a little bit about you. Bob gave us the voice on the radio to make this happen. And we owe Bob, we owe Bob some applause. Give Bob some. I guarantee you, I fought the fight against this machine as a young man at 36 years old in Belleville. I was a detective, a homicide investigator with the Major Case Squad. I loved my job. I owned St. Clair Park. I was making plenty of money. My office, you had to go by my office before you got to the mayor's office because they had me there for his protection. I seen all the crap going on. I gave up everything I had and loved to run with no political experience. They did not take me serious, and I beat them and became mayor in 1993. And my only simple thing that I told people, every decision that I make will be based on what's best for we the people. I have no strings attached. I started something similar to the Freedom Coalition called the United for Progress, bringing independents, Democrats, and Republicans together for honest government because they were doing crazy things in Belleville. We got in there, guess what we did? Reduced taxes all 4 years in office. Even though I inherited $1,600,000 budget out of whack, they were going to spend more because they're going to do all the projects in the alleys and do this with your sidewalks. And well, you know what? I went in and cut all the waste, and we ended up with a positive of $3 million after my first year. The assistant to the department heads, $80,000 here, $80,000 here, $80,000 here. We cut out the waste. And what I'm most proud of back then, you couldn't even get an agenda to a council meeting. You could not. You had no idea what the city was doing on council. We had a printed agenda. We allowed public participation, and I put it on Continental Cable. But here's the highlight. This is the biggest difference between me, all of our Freedom Coalition candidates. We will make every decision based on what's best for we the people, not a party. We have no strings attached. And I'm going to tell you an example. When I took office, it wasn't 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I get a knock on my door. It's the United States Department of Justice. My secretary said, Mayor, there's 2 Justice Department attorneys want to talk to you. And I said, about what? They said about discriminatory hiring practices. And they said, we need to see him now because we're going to bankrupt this community. Got my attention. Called my city attorney, tell him to come over. I told her to put him in the conference room. I went there, met with them, Maureen Doolin and Vince DeGarlitz. And guess what? They had all this evidence. They had been investigating the city for 1.5 years, but nobody knew nothing. Bob Sprague never told nobody. The mayor never told nobody. And I flew to Washington, D.C., met with Mosley Braun, our Senator, Paul Simon, Jerry Costello, met with Bill Clinton in the East Wing of the White House, and Janet Rito, and I got a settlement because they had all the evidence against the city. They discriminated against African-American males and females and white females. If you were going to apply to be a police officer and you're a female, they threw your application away. If you're an African-American female or white female and you wanted to be a firefighter, they threw it away. And if you were African-American male, you had no chance. They had all that as evidence. I ended that. I hired the first African-American police officer, and he's chief of police today in Belleville. It would have never happened. Mark Kern fought the whole way. That's the difference. This group, this isn't about the color of your skin or where you're from. This is about the quality of your character. And I am proud of Carl Officer. I'm proud of my son Dallas Cook, as you all know, is a fighter. I'm proud of Ed Cockrell. I'm proud of Lanina Kaysen. I'm proud of meeting Gary Cornwell in the last election, a Christian guy that was fighting a fight in Cahokia and got the election stolen down there by Bob Sprague, Mark Kern, the Crockett's, and the McCalls. And what's going down there is a disgrace. Let's bring honest, open government back to St. Clair County, and I guarantee you've got some fighters here, and we'll do what's right for you. So, yes.
Who the hell taught you government?
And my civics teacher. I'm going to get off here and let, maybe I'll introduce, Okay, Dallas, go ahead. Dallas is my son, and I'm so proud of him. I'll let you take it.
This is his favorite son and only son, but he's an outstanding son. And the one and only Dallas Cook. And he keeps the pot stirred. Yes, we love him.
I was just telling somebody here today that I'm either an idiot or I have absolutely no fear, because I'm telling you what, when you're in government, you can see exactly what's going on. And on a daily basis, something's happening that's just not right for the people. And you wonder, well, why do they do it? They do it because it benefits their party, it benefits their friends, it benefits the type of people that they like to be around. And so that's what we're all here for. We're just here to do what's right. It's not that difficult to be a politician. You just have to be honest, and you have to fight for the people, and you have to represent them. But the main thing I want to say tonight is thank you for coming out here. This is an unbelievable turnout. Thanks to the Dombackers for everything you're doing for us here in Freeburg. Gene, thank you so much for the meet and greets. And then to the Bertelsmans, you can't thank you enough. And Dave, you're out there every day with my dad, not just helping put up his signs, but mine as well. Every time I get new signs, they're gone before I can even touch them, because my dad and Dave already are putting them out. So thank you so much for being here on the World Series night. Thank you for caring. Get your friends and family out. I promise you, we're going to be honest and we're going to fight for you. We care. We're in this for the right reasons. So thank you so much for your support, and let's go get them. Get excited for this election. We are going to win.
Thank you, Dallas. I want to tell you, I was at the debate, 2 weeks ago, I guess now, when it was held at Belleville West. Dallas did outstanding against his opponent. Roger, opponent is Mark Kern. I think Mark Kern left in tears that night. He did awesome. Okay, Mr. Carl Officer, you want to head up this way? Yay, Carl.
I'm not used to public speaking, so I won't need a mic. Good evening, Bob. Every morning that I'm privileged to...
Can everybody hear him?
Yeah.
All right, then I'll come get you.
It's Travis.
All right, every morning that I get up, and I'm privileged to go to the radio station and see a young man by the name of Bob Romantic, it is customary for me to say, "Good morning, Bob." Because if he's hollering, hooting, and rambling, somebody's got to calm him down. Maybe that's why I'm running for coroner. I want to thank the mayor and each and every one of you for taking time out of a busy schedule, taking care of your families, getting ready for Game 7. But this is an historic election. This is the only time in your lifetime you're ever going to be able to see people from the inner city, from Brooklyn, Illinois, and people from rural Illinois, Summerfield, and all in between, black and white, young and old, rich and poor, come together for one cause. This is historic. We will win this election. The only way we can lose this election if we let them steal this election. I know a little bit about counting votes of the dead. I got about 27,000 people buried in my cemetery in Millstadt. And we have tried our best, Patsy and some others, to make sure that about at least 5,000 of them don't vote November the 8th. I'm going to say two things and I'll let you go. They're already buying votes in record numbers in Cahokia and a few other places. We found them. We got them on video. It's been turned over to the FBI. I'm not a real big proponent on anything that's going to happen to them. So what I'm going to share with you, you got to get your neighbors out. You got to get your cousins out. You got to get the old lady down the street out. We got to outvote these people. We can't take it for granted that they're going to roll over. We are taking their livelihood away from them. Understand that. When they say to you that they're spending $16 million of your tax money at the airport, ask Ed Cockrell, ask Ed Heckenstein. They don't know how much money they're spending at the airport. Because we need Gary Cornwell, we need a real audit. I believe if there's any time they tell me they're spending $16 million, I've been in politics long enough to know that's $25 million. Last point I'm going to throw at you. Wasting money. If I can stay in business, my sister and I, for another 2.5 months to make it to January 1st of 1917, my family would have been in business for 100 years in the same location in East St. Louis with one family. We didn't do that because we lied, we cheated, or we stole. We did it because we worked hard. We never got a dime from government subsidies or set-asides. My parents taught us how to work, how to be honest, how to be compassionate. And as your next coroner, the most honest thing I can tell you, I only want you to vote for me one time. I want to eliminate the doggone office. It doesn't need to be there. It needs to be a medical examiner. We need a professional, competent staff, not somebody that changes hands based on money. Give us a chance. Give them the Nina, probably the best judge we ever had on that bench. Give Ed Cockrell, the most qualified person ever to run for Board of Review. Nobody's got his credentials. Give Gary Cornwell an opportunity to show you what kind of savvy he's got. He made Cahokia work.
Sure did.
If you elect us, you will be proud of us. Because we're not in this thing for some money or some recognition or to get a job. We all work. But we all care about our families. But more importantly, we care about you because you're just like family to us. Thank you for inviting us down here. And I guess I'll take the opportunity to introduce, come here, girlfriend. Okay. This is the youngest member of our team. I'm the next youngest. Judge La Nina Casey.
I am La Nina Casey, and I'm running for Circuit Judge of the 20th Judicial Circuit against Robert Lachine. You have to understand, when you become a circuit judge, you never have to have an opponent again, okay, in an election. But you on the ballot for retention, and you have to get 60% yes votes every 6 years by the electorate in order to stay in your position. Well, my opponent did not think that he could get 60% yes votes to stay in his seat. So he went through the trouble of resigning his position, then making it open for anybody to run for it, and then he comes and runs for his own position so that he only has to win by a simple majority. So he's saving himself 10%. Now, ladies, when we go to Macy's or Nordstrom, we don't look at the 10% off discount. That's nothing. So for you to gamble with your future, and you're 172 years old already, and you're willing to gamble and let all these skeletons out of your closet about you never coming to work, about the chief judge substituting you 100 and some times in a month, most recently 8 times in a week. If you have so many family members that you can't sit on a case, then one of y'all need to go.
Yep, there you go.
And so since he resigned, let him resign. Let's resign him. He wanted to resign. Let's give him what he wants. So Tuesday, vote for me. Thank you. Okay, we got 2 minutes left. Okay, finger got pointed over to you, Gary.
Hey,
Yes,
give me that.
Gary Cornwell.
I'm not bashful. Give me that microphone. My name is Gary Cornwell. I'm a former mayor of Cahokia. I'm running for auditor. And I think everybody in this room knows how badly St. Clair County needs an auditor. Self-auditing is not getting the job done. Your current auditor is the Democratic chairman's wife. And he holds the checkbook for the entire Democratic organization. How fair is that? How fair is that to you? It's not. It's not. She provides a seal of secrecy for everything that you're suspicious of, that you're reading about in the paper, everything that comes across that county board that you're suspicious about, and I am too. She accepts lies to back up false numbers, and I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to do that. All I ever ask is do something for the people. I'm particular in the way that if, as a politician, if somebody does something for you, I get the same sensation that they've done something for me. Because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to take up for you. So it's my promise as auditor that I'm going to investigate. I'm going to scrutinize. I'm going to ask a lot of questions, and they will not receive my signature or my seal until those answers are correct to our satisfaction and to your satisfaction, more importantly. You know something's wrong in this county. You know there is. They should be investigated for RICO laws with the organized crime syndicate that they've got going on up there. It's worse than you think. We've been in this game for a long time, and we've seen a lot. We've witnessed a lot. We've had a lot of things done to us as politicians that we know was crooked, and we've had no satisfaction from law enforcement anywhere. Maybe that's coming down the road. We're still hopeful of that. But until then, there's only one thing that they understand. You can't talk to them while they're in office. They ignore you. They ignore your pleas for help. The only thing that they understand is an election. That is the only thing that they understand. If you want to take it out on them, that's where you got to take it out at. So while you're remembering to set your clocks back on Sunday, remember to take your county back on Tuesday. I want to say something about Bob Romanek too. You know, he comes up and he's modest. He says, hey, you know, maybe I'm not worthy of your vote. Let me tell you something. He's worthy. He is worthy of your vote because he's an honest man and he'll fight on your behalf, and you will not get that by supporting his opponent. His opponent will be a shill for the Democratic machine only. She will do what she's told only. She will not ask questions. She will not raise suspicion. She will go along with the flow that you have going on right now. So Bob Romanek is worthy of your vote. And I respectfully ask everybody to support Bob Romanek. Now, we go through a lot of these elections. They're stressful. They're stressful on our families. But we know that that's what we signed up for. We know that there's going to be negative ads coming from our opponents. They're going to spend a great deal of money on that. So what? It's lies. It's not true. They know that they're not going to get in any trouble for that. But we don't play that way. When you hear from us, you hear the truth. And we speak from the heart. Nobody here had any notes. Nobody was reading from a script like Mark Kern did in the debate against Roger. Roger was speaking from the heart. His opponent was reading from a script with prepared answers that were provided to him already. You could tell. It's not fair. It's not honesty. Notice those things. Try to notice those little particulars when people are talking to you. Our hearts are in the right place. I'm so proud to be associated with the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. This is the best group of candidates that I have ever been associated with in my life, and I'm a proud man standing here in front of you today. You have my word that if you elect me as your auditor, you're going to get a real audit. The auditor investigates and audits all of the county departments, for those of you who are not clear about that. They investigate all of the financials that have to do with every part of the county government. So that's what I intend to do. You're going to get 4 years of hard work out of me, even if it does me in politically at the end of those 4 years. I don't care about that. What I care about is doing something for you. So if you can find it in your heart to come out and support me, then you have my word that I will support you with every single thing that I do and every day. Thank you very much.
Very good, Mayor.
Thank you, Gary. Last but not least, it's our favorite Board of Review, Ed Cockrell from New Athens.
Thank you, Gene. Folks, this is going to be very short, I promise. I'd like to introduce my lovely wife, Laura. We'll be married 36 years Monday, so I hope it's a good anniversary eve for us on Tuesday. You know, folks, you've heard about all the stuff. I think everybody's wore out. We really are. The governors and the Senate race, all these attack ads, all the hit pieces against all of us. I mean, they aren't leaving any stone unturned here, okay? But, you know, that's what we get for being straight shooting kind of guys who speak from the heart, like Gary said. But I'm just going to ask you one thing, and then I'm done here. Get people out to vote, and make sure you vote. And it's 7 o'clock next Tuesday night. Let's make sure they don't steal it like they're trying to do. And we have evidence of that. They're vote buying. They're manipulating. And I really feel sad for the people that have that done to them because they may not know any different. And we're here to show open, honest government with good political candidates, not politicians. I mean, I've been a public servant. I've been in public life 33 years. And after I read that piece about me the other day, I don't think I would even vote for me. But the thing is, I think most people are throwing that in the trash where it belongs. They're ignoring it. They're tired of the TV commercials. They're tired of all this stuff. And it's sad that it has turned us dirty. But the positive is that shows you how desperate they are. They are scared to death. They spent over $3 million against this slate of candidates here tonight. I'm going to tell you, we haven't spent 1/100th of that. So get out and vote. Get your folks out to vote. I just want you to know a cop gave me this yesterday and asked me to wear it. And it was just happenstance that the 2 officers in Des Moines got killed early this morning. And I would like to have a moment of silence for them and their families, if we could. Thank you. All lives matter. All lives matter. Vote for us and get it done. Let's take this county back. Let's make it happen. Thank you, folks. And thank you, Gene. Thank you, Don Bacchus. Thank you, Patty Heatherly. Thank you, everybody that had anything to do with this. I really appreciate all your help. Thank you for those that have put up signs in your yards. Thank you for those that have made phone calls. We just need everybody to bring it together. I was telling Bob Romanek a minute ago, let's take this thing home. It's ours to win. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. I put something on my Facebook the other week, and I'm very disappointed what Clinton is doing. When you say the Pledge of Allegiance, she wants under God removed. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that's very, very sad. Look what happened when they took God out of those schools, and now they're shooting. So to take God out of the Pledge of Allegiance, you know, that's just totally destroying. So now, anybody got any questions for the candidates that was up here this evening? Any questions?
Let's win.
When? Okay, well, thank everyone for coming out this evening, and just enjoy talking to them. And then Roger's ready to leave. He's tired. He's worn out. And Roger, everybody says thank you for all coming out this evening. Car officer says thank you for coming out this evening. And what would we do without Bob Romanek?
There you go. Yeah.
What would we do? He's the king.
Yeah, say it again, Jeannie.
I will. Okay, I just want to let everyone know this is put together by Friends of the Freedom Coalition. And what we do with our Freedom Coalition, we don't have to be with those other people that think corruption is the answer. It's not. So anyhow, thank you everyone.